Welcome back to Archetypes of Success and to another episode in our Archetypes in Iconic Groups series, where we take the people who shape our culture and decode the deeper patterns, the psychological blueprints that make their influence feel mythic. Every era has its powerhouses, but today we're looking at something rare, a moment in music where women aren't just participating, they are leading. Hip hop and contemporary R&B have long been male-dominated arenas, spaces where women were often limited to the hook, the chorus, or the role of muse. But in this moment, the mic belongs to the women, and not quietly, not politely, but with the kind of force that reshapes the landscape around them. That's why this episode matters, because when we talk about groups like this, groups who rise together, side by side, or even in tension, we get to see archetypes in motion. Archetypes, a concept rooted in the work of Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung, are universal story roles, timeless patterns like the hero, the lover, the ruler, the caregiver. They're the invisible architecture behind our stories, our art, and our identities. And when cultural icons embody these archetypes, whether consciously or not, they reshape our idea of what's possible. And today, 4 women, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, SZA, and Megan Thee Stallion, are doing exactly that. They're not just topping charts, they're expanding the archetypes themselves, showing us new ways power can sound, move, dress, laugh, heal, and hit. So let's meet the archetypes behind the artists, and let's talk about what it means when women take the mic and keep it. Nicki Minaj is the ruler. Before the world gave her a crown, she built her own empire. Nicki Minaj didn't just enter the rap game, she ruled it. With wigs like war flags and alter egos like armies, she created an entire kingdom where she made the rules. She is the ruler, authoritative, polished, intentional. Every verse a decree, every performance a coronation. From super bass to queen, Nicki commands attention like a monarch commands a room. She didn't ask for permission. She declared her place. Come for her crown, you'll get stung, snared, and outrhymed before you blink. Cardi B is the jester. Now don't get it twisted. Cardi B is funny, but she's never been a joke. From Instagram rants to Grammy wins, Cardi's journey is proof that the jester archetype is a weapon. She uses humor not to distract, but to disarm. She makes you laugh so you let your guard down. And then, boom, truth hits. Bodak Yellow wasn't just a bop, it was a battle cry. Bronx-born ex-stripper flipped the script, loud, proud, and entirely on her own terms. She told you who she was, and you believed her, because the jester always tells the truth. She just makes you laugh while you're admitting it. SZA is the innocent. Where others shout, she whispers, and somehow you hear her more clearly than anyone else. SZA floats in with vulnerability as her superpower. Her voice isn't polished marble, it's cracked porcelain. Honest, intimate, unafraid to say, I don't know who I am today, and make that confusion feel like a kind of grace. She is the innocent, the seeker, the soul bearer, the one who turns ache into art. With Control and SOS, she didn't just sing songs, she opened journals. She asked every question we've been too scared to voice. And in doing so, she reminded us that softness isn't weakness. It's just another kind of armor. Megan Thee Stallion is the hero. When Megan steps onto the beat, she owns it. Her presence is physical. You feel her power, not just in your ears, but in your gut. She is the hero or warrior archetype, brave, bold, battle-scarred, and still standing. When she was shot in 2020, she didn't go silent. She stood in front of cameras, haters, and an entire industry, not to mention her shooter, and demanded respect and justice. Not just for herself, but for all Black women. Through loss, grief, betrayal, she didn't flinch. She flexed. And she kept rhyming while she healed. One thing that is amazing about these four queens of the mic is that several of them have an alter ego. Tina Snow, Roman Zelensky. That tells you that the idea of archetypes is probably something each of these women instinctively understands, and each has the ability to embody other energies as they need them. So, what happens when a ruler, a jester, an innocent, and a hero all grab the mic? You don't get competition, you get a constellation. Nikki, Cardi, Caesar, Megan, each one representing a different face of feminine power, and together showing that no woman has to be just one thing. Now they feud, and they forgive, and they rise. Because being iconic doesn't mean being perfect, it means being real on your own terms and loud enough that no one can pretend you're not there. These women don't just ride the beat, they redefine it. So who's your archetype? Are you the hero, the innocent, the jester, the ruler, or something else? Drop your favorite lyric, moment, or truth in the comments. And if this video made you think differently about music, fame, or power, hit subscribe. Because here at Archetypes of Success, we don't just talk pop culture, we decode the myths behind the music, the movies, and the movements.